Part 21 of our ride from Texas to Colorado.
We are at Earthship community, I guess.
Today we're exploring Taos and the surrounding area. We are on our way back to Texas from Colorado, taking the scenic route as always, through the mountains and small towns as much as possible. Starting in the Historic Taos Plaza, we stayed at Hotel La Fonda the night before, and were lucky enough to have the farmers market in the morning. Some kids watching us packing up our bikes asked if they could give us some Skittles for a ride. Looked around the market, had some coffee, now off to the countryside. Riding west on US 64. Our first stop is the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge. We rode over this last night on our way into town.
We are at the Rio Grande near Taos. Rio Grande behind us. Out on this bridge, and there's actually a crisis hotline here for jumpers. So, haven't seen that before. A little scary. I guess they've had problems with that. And it's kind of weird because if you didn't know this was here, it is really out in the middle of nowhere. So, imagine coming along here on a horse and So, we're going to ride over the Rio Grande. Let me pull forward a bit so I can see. Where are you going to go on? Over there?
Is it? Yeah, well, don't go.
The truck in front of us had loose wood in the back that was bouncing around. Maybe a bit nervous, it would bounce out of the truck. People buying souvenirs. And of course, had to get the bikes. Happy the truck with the loose wood is turning. Pulling into the Earthship community.
Earthship Visitor Center. It's the beautiful mountains of Taos in the background. Right underground where you can't see it. Okay. We are at Earthship community, I guess. I don't know what it's technically called. These are buried homes that are off the grid, 100% off the grid, and supposed to be earth sustainable. Is that the right word? Not sure if I'm using the right term. To me, cool idea, but they're underground and they have these beautiful mountains and the view to look at, which you don't see because all the living quarters are really underground. Most of the living quarters are. So the one behind me is partially buried. Most of it's behind under the mound. This is how they are, built with recycled materials like tires and things. And then you have the front door and you have your garden area at the front, which is what you see, the big windows, like a big greenhouse. So that's the garden area all at the front, and all your recycled water goes through there and waters everything. And that's kind of your only window. So, interesting idea, but that would drive me a bit nuts. So, cool to see. And we're just outside of Taos. Okay, so at Earthship land, which I always call spaceship, mothership, whatever. I think the correct term is Earthship. This is another example of the recycled materials, the tires on the bottom and the bottles on the top of the wall. And that's kind of the same construction they use for the walls, a lot of the walls as well. Good insulation, and you're reusing, so great for the environment, of course. But again, you're underground. And this guy over here has a big two-story one, it looks like, but with no windows. So he's got this gorgeous view of the mountains, where that's where the Taos Ski Valley is, the mountains, and Angel Fire's off to the right, kind of around the corner. So that's called the Enchanted Circle, I believe, or part of the Enchanted Circle.
Watch the garment at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, hang on. I didn't go on right.
Good catch. Now pulling over to put it back on.
Careful, don't put your feet on it, won't hold it. I don't think. There at an angle.
Making sure it's on tight, and we're off again. We're going back the way we came on US 64 towards Taos. And back over the Rio Grande. Standing on the pegs to see if I get a better view.
That's it. There. And then I'm going to go over there and sit down outside and have a Gatorade. Let me shut off to preserve my battery.
Got gas, had a drink, ready to go. Realizing it might take us a while to turn left here, we do a U-turn through the parking lot to exit at the traffic light. Riding west to east through Taos. We are going to continue on US 64 through the mountains to Angel Fire.
Okay.
You got it, Sam. Alright, that's the thing.
I don't know how we saved any guys. This is Jesus, man. Why do they do stuff like this? That doesn't help.
Every map app we have seems to do this. No idea how turning left here is faster or better than turning left at the light on the main road we were on. Luckily for us, the traffic in both places stopped to let us through. Thanks for joining us for a morning of exploring Taos and the area. Hit like, subscribe, share, and add any comments below. Hit the notifications bell and you'll be notified for our next ride as we ride the Enchanted Circle from Taos to Angelfire. Check out my social media to follow my moto adventures.